Hey there, folks. I'm Joe Crawford of artlung.com. Pretty much every day at a CSSBattle.dev. Do the daily target. Let's do today's. Ooh, wow, that is interesting shape. That is interesting shape. You know what I think this is today? I think it's two paragraph elements. And let's see what they are. Let's see what they are. We're gonna put blue on the body, and then I'm gonna put thing one. First thing I want is red. Okay, so I want background of this red color. Yep, great. And I'm gonna do just the red portion, and I'm not gonna worry about the sizing or spacing or any of that. But I do need some margins, and I need the height to be right. 50, 100. All right, let's push it down. 60, 70, 110, 112, and then the height 200, 160, 160. Okay, so that's thing one. Thing two is P plus P, and he'll be a conic gradient. Is that right? Maybe that's not right, actually. Intriguing. Maybe I haven't thought this through. It's possible I haven't thought this through all the way. Okay, so background is this white. And I need a negative margin here, minus 100, minus 200, 40, 50, 60, 70, and then these margins. So I need, what do I need? I need a different height. Yeah, I don't like this solution. I mean, I was pretty happy with it, and now I'm not happy with it at all. 30, 40, okay, great, 240, and then 100. Oh no, wrong. 100, 60, 72. Okay. So I'm going to try for the, I'll do the thing that I was talking about, conic gradient of transparent. It's at 0, 0. It's got a width of 100 pixels, something like that. 74% transparent, and then white. Okay, that's kind of what I'm getting at. I'm going to add a no repeat so I can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to put make this black. So I can, again, so I can see that too. All right. So the width needs to be what, 200, 160, 150, 140, 140, 140. Great. And then we need an at value, a center that at 50 pixels, 50 pixels, 100 pixels, 100 pixels. Okay, and we're going to let that repeat like so. Make that black transparent. All right, now we have parts of what we want. Uh, and then, and then, because I didn't really think this through very well, we might be able to use this as a variable. And use a mask, but then is that going to show through that? I think that is going to show through the thing. Okay, so the G is that. We do var. Whoops, no. No. I'm replacing that conic gradient with var dash dash G. And then I'm going to see what happens if I do mask var G, which kind of works. If I move it over, oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that's not going to work. That does not work. That does not work. So the mask is no good. So I'm going to undo, 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 undo until we get rid of that bar G, which is fine. And we just need a very similar conic gradient with blue. So from 90 degrees at and we're going to need to do this blue color, blue, and then the rest is transparent. Transparent. Okay. Oh, and it's actually 25% of what I want that to be. There it is. Okay, so that's what I meant. Okay, 1, 20, 30, 40, and then this is 140 as well. And then I think that's the shape that we wanted. Not not really crazy about the solution. Probably there's some interesting corner shape solutions here. This is not a bad score as such, but is it the most efficient thing? No, I don't believe it is. So what is the most efficient thing, or what is a more efficient thing? I think the opportunity is to make one of these squares and then use okay, so we go blank template, and our first step is the conic gradient with the square, with the red square in the background. Conic gradient. And we want this blue color, 75% round. And then we want this pink color, 0. And as usual, I have completely escaped this 140. It's 140. What these numbers are. So move it over 140 pixels and then down 140 pixels. How about 40 pixels, something like that. I'm going to make this an invalid value so I don't have to see it. Push down more, 5, 6. No, not over. 320. There we go. And that width is 50, 60. Great. So that means leaves a square. So we do both. Down 50, 60, 70. Great. And then we're going to make a single element that is, actually, we're going to do blue color. And actually, well, we want to be able to see it. So let's do black. Black. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this guy all the way down. I'm going to do the blue one that way. I think that's a little bit of a win. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 70, 60, 0, 40, 140, 200, 210, 212. I think that's a match. I do that as that font. And then set color of white and box shadow minus 100 pixels, 0, 60. And then 0, minus 160. And then minus 160 pixels, minus 160 pixels. sort of in the zone. Okay, so we're too far over 150. 52. Oh, okay. Well, we're close. That shape is wrong, right? Yeah, shape is a little wrong. This number needs to be more 70. 40, 40, 40, 152. Oh, it's so close. All right, so this, I think this part name 72, perfect. All right, and then the horizontal needs to be a little more, 162, 142, 140, 140, and 140. And that's a little better. So kind of grading for the red, this square. And is it better if I do what? I do comma inset 1 inch, 1 inch, and then the blue color. Yeah, I don't think it's that much better. That's okay. Uh, let's see, unit replace and minify. Hack off the last brace, change the body to an ampersand, and the final submission. Well, almost a final submission. Yeah, that's a better score. That's a better score. All right. Thanks for watching. It was 12 minutes of your life if you watched to the end. Can't say I'm super proud of either of these solutions. Uh, again, I've said before, corner shape is really exciting. I don't know that Safari has all the notation because I use Safari. I will be dependent on how much of that's rolled out. But corner shape might have some interesting solutions, particularly for the plus sign here. But as you saw, the covering box shadow is a nice technique for us there, which I enjoyed. All right. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Go make a webpage. I'll see you around. All right. Bye-bye.